confused on what the hype was about this, but I think I understand now.
That's pretty
I
great.
think I understand.
You gotta love it, the Pop-Tart Bowl. All right, let's take a live look outside at our weather right now. We've got 37 degrees. The fog's finally lifted, so clear skies out there. And we'll have a look at what to expect a little bit later today.
Plus, a major resource for pet owners in the Yakima area is gone after a 24 veterinary service is forced to close. And starting this year, employers in the state of Washington will no longer require new applicants to cannabis. But as always, there are a few exceptions. Good Morning Northwest continues right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Riley Fitzgerald.
And I'm Stacy Lee, and once again, Happy New Year, second day of 2024.
It is, and it's already moving by so fast. It's already the second.
All right, let's take a look. We've been socked in with fog to start the new year, but things are looking up and maybe a slight change coming our way as we see clear conditions this morning in the Tri-Cities. 37 degrees. That humidity level still up at 85%. So yes, there's still low clouds and moisture in the air, but looking good. Our feels like temp right now 35. So grab a coat. It's still a little on the chilly side. We have a dense fog advisory that's going to expire today at noon. Foothills of the Blues right on down into the Columbia River Gorge. Visibility is looking good this morning. We're seeing a little bit of fog start to develop here in Pendleton and Prosser. Everywhere else, visibility looking good. Yakima seeing a little bit of fog, dense fog there in the Kittitas Valley. Here's your daily planner. Look for those foggy conditions by 4 o'clock. That's when we're going to start to see those rain showers in the Yakima area with temperatures just hovering below 40 degrees. Tri-Cities overcast. We're going to hold on and wait until later in the afternoon for our showers here, but temperatures in the low 40 degree area. A little bit foggier and cloudier as you get towards the foothills of the Blues, and the temperatures there in the 30s. And in Walla Walla, we'll see those overcast cloudy skies as well. So get ready for clearing in the evening, scattered showers with possible rain mixed with snow, especially in the east slopes of the Cascades. Light mountain snow over the day and unsettled into the weekend. Lots of details to get to in your first alert full weather forecast. Riley?
Thank you, Stacy. We have an update on one of the drivers involved in a 2-vehicle crash in Kennewick last month. 82-year-old Suzanne Kimberlin was identified by the Washington State Patrol. On December 14th, Kimberlin was turning left onto Kennewick Avenue from State Route 395 southbound when she collided with another vehicle in the intersection. According to WSP, she died on December 23rd. State troopers say she failed to yield the right-of-way to the other vehicle involved in the crash. A Walla Walla man was arrested Sunday night after a short police chase. According to the College Place Police Department, 31-year-old Andre Solis of Walla Walla was arrested after an officer tried to stop a speeding vehicle in the 800 block of Northeast Rose Street in College Place just before midnight. The officer said Solis did not stop. Police say the officer pursued the vehicle. Solis continued to drive recklessly, and police considered he may be under the influence. Police say the vehicle eventually came to a stop in the area of Kenneth Street and South 4th Street in Walla Walla. They say he then ran from the area, but was caught in a nearby alley. Solis is currently in the Walla Walla County Jail on suspicion of DUI, attempting to elude, reckless driving, obstruction, and possession of a controlled substance. Authorities say Solis also had several warrants for his arrest, including one for a murder charge. 3 newly elected members are ready to be sworn into the Yakima City Council as they prepare for their first meeting of the new year tonight. With Assistant Mayor Sineas Lund and council members Eliana Marcius and Holly Cousins leaving office, the new council will be taking a closer look at the future of the Aquatic Center at Martin Luther King Jr. Park, a project to bring a pool back to East Yakima that's been years in the making. $719,000 has already been authorized for the council by the council for operation and maintenance for the 2024 budget. However, they're considering an ordinance at tonight's meeting to create a special fund to ensure all revenue from the Aquatic Center stays there.
As I leave this position, I am confident in the capable hands that will continue to guide our city forward. Change is inevitable. New voices and ideas bring fresh perspectives to the challenges that lie ahead.
Newly elected council members Leo Roy, Rick Glenn, and Reedy Berg will take the oath of office and vote on a new mayor and assistant mayor at the meeting, which will take place at 5:30 this evening. With many people working from home, pet adoption exploded during the pandemic, leaving veterinarians facing record burnout and shortages. Apple Valley News Now's Emily Goodell tells us now that shortage is having local consequences.
For years, Yakima Pet Emergency Service has been the only place in Yakima County where pet owners can turn when their pet is having an emergency either after hours or on the weekend. But now, as of yesterday, it's closed for good. The emergency clinic opened in 2005, providing coverage overnight on weekdays and 24/7 on the weekends. But over the years, they had to cut back on hours until they were only open Friday from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Saturday through Monday from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. and had to close unexpectedly several times last year when their vets called out sick. Last week, they announced on Facebook they were closing permanently due to staffing challenges. Veterinary clinics countywide are already stretched thin during regular business hours. But now, pet owners won't have any other option but to travel out of county if their pet has an emergency overnight or on weekends. Right now, they're recommending people go to Mid-Columbia Pet Emergency Services in Pasco, the closest 24/7 animal hospital. The next closest options are Seattle Veterinary Specialists in Kirkland, Pet Emergency Clinic and Referral Center in Spokane, and Washington State University Teaching Hospital in Pullman. However, there are efforts underway to deal with the shortage long-term at the federal level, like the Rural Veterinary Workforce Act, reintroduced last year, which would offer up to $75,000 in student loan repayment for veterinarians who commit to working in rural areas for 3 years. That bill is currently in committee. In the meantime, if you need to take your pet to one of those 24/7 animal hospitals, make sure to call ahead and check on their wait times to figure out which of those locations will get your pet the care they need the quickest. Reporting from the Yakima Newsroom, Emily Goodell, Apple Valley News Now.
With the new year comes a new minimum wage, new gun control restrictions, and new rules cracking down on illegal street racing events. But one of those new laws is already facing a potential change, as most employers in Washington will no longer be allowed to require someone to be tested for cannabis before making a hiring decision. There are some exceptions, like certain jobs that require federal background checks, and for first responders or law enforcement officers. However, healthcare workers are not on that list, and that's what state lawmakers are potentially looking to change. Representative Tom Dent has co-sponsored a proposal that would expand the list of jobs that could require a pre-hiring cannabis test. It advocates for including those applying for jobs as substance use disorder professionals or trainees, or any job that requires working directly with people who are being treated for substance use disorder. That bill has been pre-filed again of the legislative session on January 8th. When the legislative session begins, the bill will have to go through the same process as a brand new law, so there will be a committee hearings and votes as the proposal makes its way through the legislature. The new year has officially begun, and many people are hoping to add a few healthy habits to their routine in 2024. The Children's Reading Foundation of the Mid-Columbia is hoping families will add reading to their lists. With their newest initiative, Resolution Read, the foundation is challenging parents to read with their children for 20 minutes every day in 2024. The Children's Reading Foundation is donating 12 books to 600 local families in support of that goal. The registration began on December 28th, and as of January 1st, 144 families had signed up.
If the child has 12 books, today, and they own them and they're theirs and they take ownership and they don't have to give them back to the library, they're not borrowed, they're brand new books. The ownership that the child feels and the motivation inspires them to want to read together.
This challenge has grown over the past few years. 200 more books will be donated than in 2023. Hanford Mission Integration Solutions is returning as a major sponsor and will be labeling and delivering 7,200 books through the month of January. You can register for the challenge at read20minutes.com. Cadlick welcomed its first baby of the year early Monday morning. Lua Kim was born at 5:30 a.m. on January 1st, 2024, weighing 7 pounds. She's the first child to parents Min Boom Kim and Hannah Mo of Richland. Lua came 2 weeks early to become Cadlick's first baby of 2024. Stacy Lee returns now with a look at your morning weather forecast.
Things are looking pretty good. A little on the chilly side. Our feels like temp is 35 degrees. Grab your coat. We've got some big changes headed our way. We'll get to all the details in my First Alert weather forecast.
Plus, while new laws are set to go into effect this year in many states across the country, one of Idaho's most controversial laws has been stopped following the order of a federal judge.
Life's better when you're under our roof. Because when you feel protected, you're free to enjoy your dreams. Save up to 23% when you bundle auto and home. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Right now, there's just so much happening in our world.
So much at stake at the start of every morning.
Making sense of it all, that's not always so easy.
And that's where we come in.
Good Morning America. We want you to know every morning.
We're right here, and we got you.
2024 is the year of the dragon, and Legends Casino Hotel has a fire breather that can warm your wallet with cold, hard cash during our $120,000 Fire and Ice Fortunes. Don't be left out in the cold. Ignite your luck by using your Legends Rewards card to earn entries. And ride the Dragon of Fortunes to claim $3,000, $8,000, and $10,000 every Thursday in January. But don't let us drag on about it. Come in and win the $120,000 Fire and Ice Fortunes, only at Legends Casino Hotel.
Shelby's Floral, your homegrown neighbor with worldwide connections for over 45 years. Shelby's, more than just a flower shop, specializing in beautiful custom arrangements, live plants, silk florals, home decor, and all things Christmas. We're unique and we're here for all of life's occasions. Shelby's Floral at the corner of Clearwater and Edison in Kennewick. Stop by today and let our experienced designers help you with all of your floral needs. Shelby's Floral.
Shop local and save at Fred's Appliance year-end clearance sale.
This family-size LG laundry set can handle anything in your laundry basket, and they're on sale for only $8.99 each.
This LG laundry set cleans big loads of laundry quietly and has an app that tells you when your clothes are done.
$8.99 each for this top-rated LG washer and dryer is a terrific value.
Don't miss the great selection of major appliances at Fred's Inventory Reduction Sale.
Come along as we travel to Priest Lake, Idaho, and meet some folks having fun with sled dogs.
Let's go, let's go.
It's a one-of-a-kind Fly the Northwest adventure you'll never forget.
We also do some racing.
Fly the Northwest. Apple Valley News now at 6 tonight.
Life's better when you're under our roof. Because when you feel protected, you're free to enjoy your dreams. Save up to 23% when you bundle auto and home. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
This newscast sponsored by Nissan.
The CDC is warning respiratory illnesses are on the rise. The week before Christmas, more than 29,000 people were hospitalized with COVID-19. Another 15,000 were admitted for flu and thousands more with RSV. Wastewater analysis shows more COVID-19 in the environment than this time last year. COVID hospitalizations jumped 17% in 1 week. RSV is slowing in some parts of the country, but it is still showing elevated hospitalization rates. One reason respiratory illnesses are up may be vaccine uptake is low this season. Experts recommend vaccinations and masks to help prevent getting sick. A controversial law banning gender-affirming care in Idaho will not go into effect this year. Idaho passed a law banning puberty blockers, hormones, or surgeries for minors if those procedures were contradictory to the child's biological gender. But families sued, challenging that law, and last week a federal judge ruled it violates the 14th Amendment, which provides equal protection and due process. The judge says transgender children deserve equal protection under the law. Idaho's Attorney General plans to appeal. Coming up, the FBI and police in Rochester, New York are investigating whether a car crash early New Year's Day may have thwarted a terror attack. And Stacy Lee will return with a look at your First Alert weather forecast.
From Apple Valley News Now, this is Medically Speaking.
Atomic Health pays me to do the in-home, I guess, nursing or the things I do to help out, so we don't need a nurse. Meds, cooking, cleaning, getting him to doctor's appointments, picking up prescriptions, whatever else needs to be done. So at least once a month or whenever I need her, Sarah, or whatever nurse is available, comes to our house. If I have a worry that I'm not sure if he needs to go to the doctor, she comes and advises me and does an assessment and tells me if there's anything I need to do different, or I don't know that I could do this without him.
So we'll definitely evaluate their past employment. As a registered nurse myself, I'll look through their medical records and I'll look to see maybe what medical conditions they have, and we'll be very upfront with them, honest about whether they do have a claim that could warrant benefits or not.
At Furniture Row, a new year calls for a new...
Does your phone have the Apple Valley News Now app? With top local stories, First Alert weather, and an easy way to enter our contests. Make Apple Valley News Now your go-to information app. Search and download on the App Store or Google Play.
Next live, Tamron Hall from the Tamron Hall Show. And Monday, healthy tips to start your new year as Strive for More in 24 kicks off.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
Another fatal crash on...
Alyssa Warner. She graduated from Walla Walla University, worked her first TV news job in Spokane, and brings the news home to you each night on Apple Valley News Now.
It's just one way Apple Valley News Now is on your side.
She's local and on your side.
Next ET, new year, new TV comeback.
Life can be as goofy as any sitcom.
From John Cryer's new comedy, It Made Me Cool, to Rob Lowe's new game show. Next ET.
Tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now. Operation Best Friend on Good Morning Northwest, sponsored by Windermere Group 1.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert weather with Stacy Lee.
Good morning and Happy New Year to you. Here's our Skywatch radar. We have a nice system starting to move across the west side of the state, the Olympic Peninsula. We've seen some mixed precip in the Olympic National Forest. We're starting to see some snow showers in the northern portion of the Cascades, and we'll start to see those snow showers developing here in the Mount Rainier, Paradise Valley area. 37 degrees right now, Legends Casino Skycam. Our feels like temp is 35. Grab a coat, little on the chilly side. Now the good news is we're seeing better visibility today. We still have a dense fog advisory that will expire at noon, but looking pretty good in this area. We are seeing a little bit of fog developing right now in Pendleton. Let's take a look at our visibility going on, 10-mile visibility. First time we've seen this in the Columbia Basin in days and days and days. A little bit of fog in Yakima, dense fog in the Kittitas Valley, but that will be improving as that system makes its way to the east. There it is, the weather pattern today. We start to see those snow showers in the afternoon on the Cascades. As it moves to the east, we'll see rain and maybe even some mixed precip with this upper level flow. That will continue throughout the day. We remain unsettled tomorrow, and here's what it looks like. Again, we'll see that system passing through the Columbia Basin, Tri-Cities, the lower elevations moving on out, more mountain snow showers and another system behind that. So very active weather pattern going forward. I think winter is finally arriving, especially in the mountains. That's what it looks like today. Here comes the snow, and you see blue right here, so we could see a little mixed precip. I wouldn't doubt maybe seeing a flake or two in the Yakima area today, not expecting any accumulation. We are going to see about an inch or so of snow in the Cascade Mountains. Then we'll see those showers move on into the Columbia Basin. So it's going to be very active moving through the day. Overnight, Tuesday into Wednesday, we have another round coming through the Columbia Basin. More snow, foothills of the Blues, or excuse me, in the Cascades and the east slopes there. more active weather moving to the east with more mountain snow there once again on Thursday. So active weather, here comes that snow to the Cascades. That'll make all of our outdoor winter enthusiasts happy. Tonight we'll today, scattered showers later in the day, snow showers across the Cascades. Tonight mostly cloudy with showers, temperatures just staying above the freezing level for most of the region overnight tonight. Here's that 7-day planning forecast. Here's the active weather, lots of showers coming to the lower elevations here. Temperatures staying warm well above the average by 6 or 7 degrees in Yakima. And then taking a look later in the week, now we'll see a little cool off begin on Saturday and Sunday by a few degrees, getting back to the average temp on Monday, but we could see that mixed precip, a little far out to call that, but we'll keep an eye on that as well. Cloudy skies, overcast conditions with showers headed our way later tonight in the Columbia Basin into tomorrow. A little bit of a break on Thursday, and then we stay very active heading towards the weekend with those rain showers and possibly some mixed precip on Monday. Let's take a look at Walla Walla. Fog, again, a problem there. That should move out. It's looking pretty good so far today. We'll continue to see those showers and those cooler temperatures beginning Saturday, Sunday, with a chance of some mixed precipitation Sunday and Monday, which could mean some travel concerns for next week. So get ready for an active weather pattern coming our way. Riley?
Thank you, Stacy. The FBI and other law enforcement agencies are now investigating if a fiery crash outside a New Year's Day concert in upstate New York was tied to terrorism and if a larger attack may have been avoided. ABC's Jay O'Brien has more.
This morning, a joint terrorism task force, including the FBI, investigating if the driver behind a deadly crash outside a New Year's Day concert in upstate New York was plotting an act of terrorism. Dashcam video capturing the blaze moments after a Ford Expedition plowed into another vehicle outside the Kodak Center in Rochester. At least 2 people are dead and several injured. The SUV's driver also hospitalized with life-threatening injuries. The fire taking almost an hour to put out.
The force of the collision caused the 2 vehicles to go through a group of pedestrians that were in the crosswalk and then into 2 other vehicles.
Police say at least a dozen gasoline canisters were found in and around the crumpled SUV, prompting terrorism concerns. More than 1,000 concertgoers ushered out of the packed venue, feet away from the wreckage.
When we did finally get outside and you saw the carnage of the cars and the one car burnt up, the smell of gasoline was just so intense. I couldn't believe how strong it was.
Law enforcement sources telling ABC News the driver of the SUV is from Syracuse, New York, roughly an hour and a half away, and drove his own car to the Syracuse airport before renting that extra-large SUV tied to the crash.
Months. Law enforcement across the country have been on high alert due to the ongoing Israel-Hamas war. U.S. officials say they're now encountering the most challenging threat environment since before 9/11. When we return on Good Morning Northwest, a missing foreign exchange student from China has been located and returned to his family after he had been reported as kidnapped in what police are calling a cyber kidnapping scam.
Danny was rear-ended by a semi-truck. Serious injuries.
Mariano's reputation and experience gave him an advantage over the insurance company.
Daniel got paid a lot.
He lives up to his reputation, which is somebody who gets results.
Call 853-2222.
This may look like a holiday shopping showdown, but it's a Nissan sales event ad. Good thing my Rogue has intelligent all-wheel drive.
So does my Altima.
Now get 1.9% APR financing for 60 months or save up to $2,500 on Rogue. Better hurry, these offers won't be back in stock.
Behold my Jack Wraps, 100% all-white meat grilled or crispy chicken with lettuce, cheese, and sauces, and a warm tortilla for just $3. And they're under 400 calories. So if your goal this year was to save money and eat healthy-ish, we got you.
Does this look familiar? You probably think this is what owning hearing aids would be like. Let me tell you, there's a better way. The Atom by Audien Hearing. The all-new Audient Atom is the world's first wireless charging hearing aid under $100. The Atom comes with an easy-to-use wireless charging dock. Plus, the Atom has a 22% smaller design, so it's nearly invisible when worn in the ear. That's why we have over 250,000 happy customers. Each pair has a 45-day money-back guarantee, so there is zero risk in trying them.
Call 1-800-357-9156. That's 1-800-357-9156. Call 1-800-357-9156 or go to AudienHearing.com to get your pair of Audient Atom hearing aids for only $99.
Next Extra, Ben and Jen, Brad Pitt and his new love, Taylor, cheers on Travis. How your favorite stars rang in 2024, plus how to kick your weight loss resolution into high gear. Next Extra.
Tonight at 7:30 on Apple Valley News Now.
Danny was rear-ended by a semi-truck. Serious injuries.
Mariano's reputation and experience gave him an advantage over the insurance company.
Daniel got paid a lot.
He lives up to his reputation, which is somebody who gets results.
Call 853-2222.
This newscast sponsored by Mariano Morales Law.
A teenager in Utah has survived a scam known as a cyber kidnapping. The scammers are targeting foreign exchange students and their families and walking away with tens of thousands of dollars. ABC's Derek Dennis explains.
This morning, a 17-year-old Chinese exchange student has been found safe by police in Utah, camping out in the woods, cold and alone. He speaks broken English and had been reported kidnapped by his family in China after they paid a ransom demand of $80,000.
The parents reported to school officials that they received a photograph of their child that would indicate he was abducted, and they requested a ransom.
Turns out it was a scam known as cyber kidnapping, in which kidnappers target foreign exchange students and their families, telling each that the other is in danger, and then convincing the student to isolate themselves, send pictures or cell phone videos, making it look like they're being held captive to their parents, who in turn hand over ransom money electronically.
Actors are able to manipulate both a victim and their family into believing that something has happened to the victim.
Brandon Amaker is a cybersecurity expert and instructor at Utah Valley University and says these unknown actors are crafty.
They are likely targeting, people who are very out of their element, people who are new in a new country, new environment where they're very unfamiliar with law enforcement. They're very unfamiliar culturally.
Authorities are trying to track down the so-called cyber kidnappers, starting with the money that was transferred to Chinese banks. As for the 17-year-old student, he was rescued by police 3 days after his reported kidnapping. His story, a lesson to other parents of kids studying or even working abroad.
I think it is important that we talk to our children before they leave to be a foreign exchange student or to be a missionary somewhere else around the world, that we tell them that this is a possibility, and just because somebody contacts you online doesn't mean it's real.
Scam typically stops when the communication stops, so victims are advised to cut off communication and contact authorities as soon as a threat is made. Coming up, new surveys are showing President Biden flagging behind former President Trump as we officially enter an election year.
If you have an injury claim and are considering a settlement with the insurance company, make sure you're compensated for every element of damage you're entitled to. Don't be tempted to accept a quick holiday settlement. This holiday message is brought to you by Allen Brecky Law Offices.
Indulge in Legends Casino's seafood buffet experience. Discover a feast of premium crab legs, succulent shrimp, and an array of delectable ocean-inspired dishes. Elevate your evenings with Legends Seafood Buffet every Thursday and Saturday starting at 4 p.m.
Let's go! Don't miss the Harlem Globetrotters 2024 World Tour playing Toyota Center January 21st and Yakima Valley Sundome January 22nd. Go to harlemglobetrotters.com/WA for tickets.
George and Heidi use Verizon. Dan and Tina have Spectrum Mobile. With Verizon, George and Heidi pay way more for their 2 unlimited lines. With Spectrum, Dan and Tina get 1 unlimited mobile line for $29.99 and their second line free. And with Spectrum, there are no added taxes or hidden fees. Dan and Tina save big, over $1,500 in savings. So George and Heidi, what do you think?
We're switching to Spectrum.
Get 1 unlimited line for $29.99 and get your next line free. Call, click, or visit a Spectrum store today.
At US Cellular, anyone can get any phone free. So give yourself a free phone from US Cellular.
She's here.
Then give yourself the gift of not checking it. The gift of connection at US Cellular. New and current customers get any phone free.
When it comes to floors, quality matters, period. Quality is what makes the difference in floors, and it's what you can expect from the best products Empire today carries. Quality is stain and soil technology to help protect your floors from everyday accidents. Quality is water resistance, where and when you need it most. It's a durable finish that keeps scratches from leaving lasting damage. It's floors that are manufactured in America, keeping jobs close to home. Quality is knowing your floors are made by some of the best flooring brands in the world. And when life happens, quality is having peace of mind that your floors are backed by some of the best warranties around. If an issue does arise, just call us. We service all warranties ourselves so you can avoid the hassle of having to track down the manufacturer. Knowing Empire handpicks long-lasting and durable products is what makes getting new floors easy.
Save $350 on your next project. Call this special number now.
1-844-254-8536.
For over 30 years, our lawyers and staff have sent holiday greetings and reminders to be careful on winter streets. This year is no exception. Season's greetings, everyone. Be safe and have a happy new year.
The best way to end your day.
That is good TV.
Friends, tonight at 11:05.
Amid new polls showing President Biden's dropping approval ratings, Republican presidential candidates prepare for the Iowa caucuses now less than 2 weeks away. And an Iranian warship has reportedly sailed into the Red Sea just a day after U.S. forces killed several Houthi rebels.
And we're finally breaking out of those foggy conditions we've been seeing, but we do have another big change coming our way weather-wise. I'll get to all the details in your First Alert forecast.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Riley Fitzgerald.
And I'm Stacy Lee. Happy New Year. Here we are, January 2nd.
Here we are, and it's Tuesday already. We're making our way through the week.
Yeah, that's right. Let's talk weather. We have been socked in with fog, Riley, days and days and days. I'm tired of it. I don't know about you. Weeks. Yes, that's even better. Let's look outside, though. Today, things are a-changing. We've got clearer skies. There's still some low clouds and fog. I'm not going to, sugarcoat that for you, but it's looking much better. We actually have some pretty decent visibility this morning. 37 degrees, or feels like temp 35. You'll want to grab a coat this morning. Still a little on the chilly side, but temperatures, they're not too bad. Here's our dense fog advisory. Foothills of the Blues all the way down the Columbia River Gorge. Some freezing fog, low visibility, but things are starting to change. We have a little bit of a change. We're seeing a tiny bit of fog in Pendleton. Look at this, great visibility for Walla Walla, Prosser, Tri-Cities, and Hermiston. We're seeing a little bit of low clouds and fog, and we're improving conditions in the Kittitas Valley, but that will start to improve as our day moves along. So look for low clouds and fog. Those showers begin at 4 in Yakima. Tri-Cities is going to be overcast for most of the day. Showers later on after about 4 o'clock or so. Still a little bit of low clouds and fog there in Walla Walla, improving with overcast conditions at 4. So morning fog clearing by the afternoon, scattered showers. Rain mixed with snow. We're going to see some snow across the Cascades today. Light mountain snow, maybe an inch to inch and a half or 2 inches of accumulation. And we get an unsettled weather pattern heading towards the weekend, but big snow headed to the Cascades. I'll get to all the details in your First Alert weather forecast. Riley?
Thank you, Stacy. Now to the race for president. The Iowa caucus is just days away, and yet another poll is showing good news for former President Trump in a possible general election matchup with President Biden. Here's ABC's Rhiannon Alley.
This morning, a new poll shows President Biden losing ground to former President Trump among Latinos and younger voters. The USA Today Suffolk University survey shows Trump with a 39% support among the Latino demographic, compared to Biden's 34%. Back in 2020, Biden got 65% support from Latino voters. Concerns about the economy and the border have weighed on voters. The poll also finds Trump now leading Biden among voters under age 35, many concerned about climate change and the Middle East.
Are you ready to work hard over these next 2 weeks so that we win the Iowa caucus?
Meanwhile, the Republican primary candidates are making their final push, with the Iowa caucuses now less than 2 weeks away. Trump is leading in Iowa by more than 30 points. Less than 3 points separate Florida Governor Ron DeSantis and Nikki Haley.
Donald Trump is running on his issues. Nikki Haley is running on her donors' issues. I'm the only one running on your issues.
DeSantis attacking Haley after her recent rise in the polls, gaining ground on Trump in New Hampshire. That state's Republican governor, who endorsed Haley, is now calling on Chris Christie to drop out to give Haley a better chance against Trump.
Chris Christie's a friend, but his race is at an absolute dead end. This is a two-person race, right? It's between Trump and Nikki Haley.
But the former New Jersey governor is not backing down, recently launching a 7-figure ad campaign.
Some people say I should drop out of this race. Really? I'm the only one saying Donald Trump is a liar. New Hampshire, it's up to you.
The results from the Iowa caucuses will not be known until early March on Super Tuesday. Former President Donald Trump's legal team is expected to appeal the decisions that removed him from the 2024 primary ballots in Colorado and Maine. That's according to a source familiar with the plans, which could happen as soon as Tuesday. The decisions to take Trump off the ballot are based on the 14th Amendment, which says officials who have, quote, engaged in insurrection are disqualified from holding office. New Hampshire Governor Chris Sununu is among those who says Trump's removal from the ballot could allow the former president to play, quote, the victim card. Sununu has endorsed South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley in the GOP primary, saying she can beat him, quote, beat him in all 50 states. An Iranian warship has reportedly sailed into the Red Sea after the U.S. Navy answered a distress call and ended up sinking 3 boats that were reportedly attacking a cargo ship. It started late Saturday when the Singapore-flagged Maersk cargo ship reported being hit by a missile as it sailed through the southern Red Sea. Sunday, 4 boats attacked the same ship and tried to board it. When Navy helicopters responded, they came under fire from the boats, so they returned fire, sinking 3 of them.
We're going to put the kind of forces we need in the region to protect those interests.
The 4th boat escaped. The Iran-backed Houthi rebels say 10 of their people were killed. They're blamed for almost 24 attacks in the last 6 weeks. At least 48 people are dead after a powerful earthquake struck Japan on New Year's Day. That death toll is climbing and dozens are injured from the quake. Now experts say dangerous aftershocks could last for months. Those warnings come amid the continued search for people trapped in the rubble. The good news is the immediate risk of tsunamis is over and the country's nuclear plants appear safe. That's a relief since a 2011 earthquake and tsunami caused a meltdown at the Fukushima nuclear plant. Stacey Lee returns now with a look at your morning weather forecast.
And things are looking pretty good. Clearing skies, fog is starting to dissipate in the area. Get ready for showers later today. I've got all the details coming up in my First Alert weather forecast.
Plus, while light shows are usually typical on New Year's Eve, it's hard to beat out the sun when it comes to impressive displays. We'll have details when we come back.
Operation Best Friend on Good Morning Northwest, sponsored by Windermere Group 1.
In the heart of Tri-Cities wine country, you'll find the Goose Ridge Richland Tasting Room. Located in the center of our vineyards is an opportunity to enjoy life through wines, hard ciders, Monson Ranch spirits, light bites, and live music at Goose Ridge. More than you'd expect, more than just a winery.
Order in the court! Just tell the truth. Everybody's telling the truth. This is a weird case. What y'all want? You must be out your mind. You a gangster?
Guilty.
I've I've gotten over the flattery part. I'm here to do business. I am a judge. It sounds funny when I say it.
Hit by a big truck in bad weather? There's a law that says truck drivers have a legal duty to use extreme caution when driving in hazardous conditions. Knowing these laws sets my truck wreck team apart. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the Big Truck Heavy Hitter. Big truck insurance companies know that we have the knowledge and experience to get you paid everything you deserve. Hit by a big truck? Our team knows truck wrecks and how to win for you. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the Big Truck Heavy Hitter.
The Heavy Hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
We can't help what you do before you go to bed, but we can make sure the sleep is solid once you finally get there. And during the extended New Year's super sale at Denver Mattress, the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Or purchase a Tempur-Pedic and get a $300 gift. Check out the Summit for only $299.99, plus 6 years no interest financing and free shipping. Here's to 365 nights of better sleep. Happy New Year from Denver Mattress.
What's better than super fresh fruits and vegetables? Yep, you've got it. Super fresh fruits and vegetables on sale.
Swing into Super One Foods this Thursday and save big during our 12-hour produce sale. Dole bananas just 38 cents a pound. Cosmic Crisp apples just 68 cents a pound. And whole juicy mandarin oranges, $2.98 for a 3-pound bag.
Super One Foods 12-hour produce sale this Thursday only. Hey, it's better than fresh.
Today at 11 after The View.
You've got a date with Access Daily.
Food, self-improvement, and of course, fun.
You don't know this?
Then at noon, ABC's GMA3. Access Daily. Today at 11 on Apple Valley News Now.
Do you want Apple Valley News Now anywhere, anytime? Then you need Apple Valley News Now Plus for your phone, tablet, and streaming box. It's local news and first alert weather on your schedule from people you trust. Get Apple Valley News Now Plus for your phone, tablet, or streaming box today.
Next live, Tamron Hall from the Tamron Hall Show. And Monday, healthy tips to start your new year as Strive for More in 24 kicks off.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
Welcome back, everyone. 2023 ended with an incredible light show from space. NASA's Solar Dynamics Observatory captured these spectacular images of a strong solar flare erupting from the sun.
Now, this happened Sunday afternoon. The close-up image of the sun shows a mix of yellow, orange, brown, and black colors, and then a bright white flash appears on the left side of the photo. That is the solar flare.
And solar flares are powerful bursts of energy. Flares and solar eruptions, while beautiful, can impact radio communications, electric power grids, navigation signals, and even pose a risk to spacecraft and astronauts. Makes a lot of sense. So beautiful, little, possibly dangerous.
Could be dangerous. We've had a lot of those, but again, with our socked-in fog, we haven't been able to see northern lights or anything that's been going along with these solar flares. So hopefully that gets better, right?
We hope so.
There we go. All right. Well, I'll have your first alert weather forecast. I'll tell you about the big changes coming up here in just a few minutes.
And the University of Washington Huskies had a chance to punch their ticket to the College Football National Championship New Year's Day. We'll have some highlights from the Sugar Bowl when we come back, and that's next on Good Morning Northwest.
Magical moments, snowy adventures, warming up, making memories, a winter wonderland. The perfect close-by getaway this winter is Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Find countless ways to play and plan your escape at cdawinter.com.
Let's go! Put your hands together for the world-famous Harlem Globetrotters. This isn't just basketball, people. This is where what just happened happens all the time. Don't miss the Harlem Globetrotters 2024 World Tour playing Toyota Center January 21st and Yakima Valley Sundome January 22nd. Go to harlemglobetrotters.com/WA for tickets.
Volunteer CEO Mark Brault has earned Grace Clinic a $1,000 donation from STCU.
We are completely community funded. We don't get government funding. We rely on the community. We don't charge for anything we do. We serve a low-income, uninsured population, and everything that we do is free.
STCU Volunteers Count honors volunteers in our communities. Please tell us a story of someone you believe is making an impact.
Tonight, the Celebrity Jeopardy semifinals are here.
Crazy! Go big, Ken. You're so smart.
You are so smart.
And Ken, obviously.
Yeah, let's make this about me.
Celebrity Jeopardy returns new tonight on ABC.
Hulu's killer hit comedy, Only Murders in the Building, is now on ABC for an exclusive winter event.
Whoa!
Raise your hand if you just got chills.
Only Murders in the Building, tonight on ABC and stream on Hulu.
Life's better when you're under our roof. Because when you feel totally protected, you're free to enjoy your dreams.
Look at you. Okay, you ready?
Save up to 23% when you bundle auto and home. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Come along as we travel to Priest Lake, Idaho, and meet some folks having fun with sled dogs.
Let's go, let's go.
It's a one-of-a-kind Fly the Northwest adventure you'll never forget.
We also do some racing.
Fly the Northwest. Apple Valley News Now at 6 tonight.
Next extra, Ben and Jen, Brad Pitt and his new love, Taylor, cheers on Travis. How your favorite stars rang in 2024, plus how to kick your weight loss resolution into high gear. Next extra.
Tonight at 7:30 on Apple Valley News Now.
Stacy Lee, she's on your side. Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
Good morning and Happy New Year. Let's take a peek at our Skywatch radar this morning. We're seeing the low pressure system move across the Olympic Peninsula, a little mixed precip in the Olympic Mountains. We're starting to see some snow showers developing in the northern portion of the Cascades and just starting to hit around the Mount Rainier Highway 12 area outside of Cle Elum. Yep, we've got a big change going on. 37 degrees right now, Dust Devil Giza Stadium sky cam. Our feels like temp 35. Grab your coat this morning. Still lots of humidity in the air and dense fog advisory. It will expire today at noon along the foothills of the Blues and down into the Columbia River Gorge. Low visibility. It was pretty bad last night, but things have improved this morning. Look at this. We have 10 miles of visibility. Little bit of patchy fog in Pendleton and Prosser. Yakima seeing a little bit of that as well. And we're seeing a little bit of improvement in the Kittitas Valley. As that system moves from west to east, we'll see an improvement of our low clouds and fog. Here's that ridge of high pressure. It's saying bye-bye. It's moving on out. Here's our low, upper level low moving in, bringing in those scattered showers. We'll start to see the snow showers develop through the Cascades, east slopes of the Cascades, showers in the lower elevations, and maybe even a little bit of snow or ice right here through the Columbia River Gorge. That is a concern today with those lower temperatures. Here's the pattern for tomorrow. More snow across the Cascade Mountains and moving into the Paradise Valley. Boise area will clear out a little bit here and we'll see more snow down the Cascades of Oregon and yet another system moving in off the coast. So active weather for the next couple of days. Here's Futurecast. We'll start to see those snow showers falling this afternoon along the east slopes of the Cascades. Could even see a flake or two in the Yakima area. Mostly going to see rain showers though in the lower Yakima Valley into Sunnyside, eventually to the Tri-Cities by early evening. Look at the system moving across the Cascades. I-90 will see some snow this afternoon. If you're driving across the pass, check that pass report. We stay active as we get into Tuesday night, Wednesday morning. More showers through the Columbia Basin, up the Yakima Valley. More snow running across the Cascade Mountains and I-90 Snoqualmie Pass. Cloudy skies here, more snow for our Wednesday night. So a little bit of snow every day, good for that accumulation up at those ski resorts. Here's more wet weather coming through the valley and basin. So yes, very active over the next couple of days. That fog will start to lift later on. Scattered showers developing throughout the day. Tonight we've got mostly cloudy skies, more showers possible through the region overnight. Here's what things are looking like on your 7-day planning forecast. Active weather, like I said, temperatures running above average with a slight cool down beginning into the weekend. Tri-Cities will see those temperatures remaining in the 40s, cooling down towards the weekend. Could see some rain mixed with snow early next week. Scattered showers on and off throughout the week. And in Walla Walla, look for that fog starting to break down, and we'll see those scattered showers with mixed precip possible Sunday and Monday. So overall today, look for those scattered showers later on this afternoon, improving visibility as the fog will get out of the region. But get ready for that rain. It's going to be coming on and off for the next several days. Riley?
Thank you, Stacy. The Seattle Seahawks took to Lumen Field on New Year's Eve, hosting the Pittsburgh Steelers on Sunday afternoon. It would be a rough one to watch for the Seattle faithful, as the Seahawks defense would give up 30 points at home to a Steelers offense led by backup QB Mason Rudolph, who would throw for 274 yards. But it would be the run game that would be the sore spot for the Seahawks. Steelers running back Najee Harris went for 122 yards and 2 touchdowns on the ground. Seattle now finds himself facing a must-win situation on the road next week against the Cardinals in order to keep their playoff hopes alive. The University of Michigan shut down Alabama Monday in the Rose Bowl. The victory was hard-won. Both the Wolverines and the Crimson Tide were tied at 20 at the end of regulation. That forced the game into overtime for only the second time in the Bowl's more than 100-year history. Michigan pulled it out in the end, scoring a touchdown to win 27-20. That gives the #1 ranked team a chance at the national championship. If the Wolverines can win that, it will mark the first time the team has topped the college football since 1997. Their opponents will be the University of Washington after the Huskies took home the big win against the University of Texas in the Sugar Bowl last night. The Huskies managed to hold off the Longhorns for a final score of 37-31. Washington's quarterback Michael Penix Jr. put on a historic performance, throwing for 430 yards and 2 touchdowns. Star running back Dylan Johnson would also add 2 more touchdowns on the ground before being carted off the field in Washington's final offensive drive. Now the Washington Huskies will face off against the Michigan Wolverines to see who will reign supreme.
Obviously, I'm proud. I'm proud of the way our guys every single week bring everything they've got, and a lot of people make choices to do something special, but the work doesn't always support the goals that they have. And these guys don't just do it on game day; they do it each and every day.
The 2024 College Football Playoffs National Championship game will be played on January 8th in Houston, Texas. Kickoff is at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll be right back with the morning sprint and a final check on your forecast, but first a look at what's ahead on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, it's the 9-month cruise captivating social media.
Welcome home for 9 months.
Royal Caribbean calling it the ultimate world cruise.
I've been practicing the next port. I think I have it down. It's Rio. Rio.
And while those on board are paying up to $117,000 for the 274-night adventure, countless vacation voyeurs are enjoying the onboard drama for free, with nearly 140 million views and counting on TikTok.
They're enjoying coming along for the trip.
Following the adventures of guests like Joe and Audrey Martucci, who have been dubbed as the ship's mom and dad.
They go, "You make me feel like part of a family again."
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have more behind-the-scenes details from the ship. With your GMA First Look, I'm Victor Okendo, ABC News, Miami.
Introducing Ned's Plaque Psoriasis.
Ned, what are you wearing?
He thinks his flaky red patches are all people see.
Otezla is the #1 prescribed pill to treat plaque psoriasis.
Dad?
It can help you get clearer skin and reduce itching and flaking with no routine blood tests required. Doctors have been prescribing it for nearly a decade. Otezla is also approved to treat psoriatic arthritis. Don't use Otezla if you're allergic to it. Serious allergic reactions can happen. Otezla may cause severe diarrhea, nausea, or vomiting. Some people taking Otezla had depression, suicidal thoughts, or weight loss. Upper respiratory tract infection and headache may occur.
With clear skin, movie night is a groovy night. Live in the moment. Ask your doctor about Otezla.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time right now is 6:52. We're going to get to your first alert forecast in just a moment, but we begin with a look at this morning's top stories. We have an update on one of the drivers involved in a two-vehicle crash in Kennewick last month. 82-year-old Suzanne Kimberlin was identified by the Washington State Patrol. On December 14th, Kimberlin was turning left onto Kennewick Avenue from State Route 395 southbound when she collided with another vehicle in the intersection. According to WSP, she died on December 23rd. State troopers say she failed to yield the right-of-way to the other vehicle involved in the crash. A Walla Walla man was arrested Sunday night after a short police chase. According to the College Place Police Department, 31-year-old Andre Solis of Walla Walla was arrested after an officer tried to stop a speeding vehicle in the 800 block of Northeast Rose Street in College Place just before midnight. The officer said Solis did not stop. Police say the officer pursued the vehicle and the vehicle eventually came to a stop in the area of Kenneth Street and 4th Street in Walla Walla. 3 newly elected members are ready to be sworn into the Yakima City Council as they prepare for their first meeting of the new year tonight. The new council will be taking a closer look at the future of the Aquatic Center at Martin Luther King Jr. Park, a project to bring a pool back to East Yakima that's been years in the making. $719,000 has already been authorized by the council for operation and maintenance for the 2024 budget. There's a shortage of veterinarians all across the country, but rural areas and 24-hour animal hospitals have been hit particularly hard, and now that problem is hitting close to home with the closure of a local vet clinic. After 18 years in business, Yakima Pet Emergency Service announced last week it would be closing its doors at the end of 2023, citing staffing challenges. Now, the closest place to get 24/7 pet care is Mid-Columbia Pet Emergency Services in Pasco. At the start of the new year, the state of Washington is ending pre-hire cannabis testing for most people. Advocates wanted to ensure that the use of a legally allowed substance outside of work doesn't stop you from getting a job. You can still be banned from using cannabis at work, and if there's an accident at work, your employer can still require you to get tested, or if there's suspicion you are under the influence, on the clock. The Children's Reading Foundation of the Mid-Columbia is hoping families will add reading to their 2024 resolution lists. With their newest initiative, Resolution Read, the foundation is challenging parents to read with their children for 20 minutes every day in 2024. The Children's Reading Foundation is donating 12 books to 600 local families in support of that goal. Registration began on December 28th, and as of January 1st, 144 families had signed up. A controversial law banning gender-affirming care in Idaho will not go into effect this year. Idaho passed a law banning puberty blockers, hormones, or surgeries for minors if those procedures were contradictory to the child's biological gender. But families sued, challenging that laws, and last week a federal judge ruled it violates the 14th Amendment, which provides equal protection and due process. Idaho's Attorney General plans to appeal.
All right, let's take a look at our Skywatch radar. We have an upper level low that's moving across the area, bringing those showers. It's eventually going to make its way through the Cascades. We're going to see some light snow falling on the Cascades on and off all day today. Right now, 37 degrees in the Tri-Cities. Our humidity is up there at 87%. Our visibility finally really good this morning. Let's take a look at our temperature right now in Yakima, 37 degrees there as well. Our feels like temp 37 and finally some clearing of the low clouds and fog that we've been seeing for days and days and days. Here's that 7-day planning forecast. Look for that fog to linger just a little bit longer in Walla Walla. We'll see those showers developing late tonight into tomorrow with showers on and off. We have a little bit of a break on Thursday, but look at that active weather as we get to the weekend with some mixed precip. We're finally going to get a pretty good snow system moving through the Cascades coming up in the next couple of days and into the weekend. So it's about time for those ski resorts. Tri-Cities, we've got those overcast cloudy skies for today. Showers developing later in the afternoon. We'll see earlier showers happening in Yakima. We have a chance of showers here on Wednesday. Look at Thursday, a little bit of a break in between systems, and then very active heading into the weekend. So lots of active weather headed our way. And finally, winter is really going to show itself coming up. Riley?
Thanks, Stacy. Thanks for waking up with us and watching Good Morning Northwest. GMA is next, and your local news is back tonight at 5 o'clock. Have a great rest of your morning.